What's going on, YouTube? It's Sensei and a place to be chilling, Mr. A&D. Back to give you guys, there was a lot of pay-per-views this week for wrestling. A lot of them. We ain't going to be able to get to, obviously, Impact. I'm not talking about Impact, even though Trinity did make her, did her special show debut. But right now, WWE had one, NXT had one, and AEW Double or Nothing, as we're recording this, is still currently going on. So before anybody has any questions, Peacock is cheaper. Okay, I wasn't paying. I couldn't afford to pay all that money to Double or Nothing, so I had to catch the highlights and then talk to Prime when it's done over. While we record this, Double or Nothing is still happening, and we're getting the live results and everything like that. But we're going to talk about NXT Battleground, which is the paper that came up. So I'm here and in the studio this time.
Night of Champions.
And Night of Champions also, yeah. But in the studio, whoa. The man, the myth, the reality, revolutionary freshman Flo.
I'm back in the office.
Yeah, back in the office, man. Welcome back here to the studio, yo. While we sit there and record this. So, Battleground was tonight, which I expect. I was like, of course, we would try to do something to go ahead and hit it against Double or Nothing, and for AEW. But we had a 6-match card, very simple, very compacted, and stuff like that. And I thought they put on a decent show. There were some matches like the main event with Breaker and Mel, like they was having a good match, and they got in the second gear. But I was like, it never felt to get that third gear to me.
Right.
Like stopped at the second gear. So we had that issue. I had the tag team championship match up, and then once again, damn, my creep birds. I don't think they for them to really have like a spectacular match. They ain't giving no time. Look at the timestamp here. They only got under 10 minutes.
Damn.
To do that match, and then I will say something about the British rules match when I get to it.
Okay.
So yeah, NXT Battleground, guys. So me and Q Flow watched it and things like that. So we're gonna go over this. So I didn't see any. Actually, I'm lying. I did see some of the pre-show. I didn't see any of the matches that they had. Cause they didn't have no matches for the pre-show.
Yeah.
But I did see the first time I talked about the pre-show. I was watching half it when I was at work. And please forgive us. Me and Q was at my daughter's birthday party today. Boy, them kids wore me out.
Yeah, listen, I'm walking through that door, man. I'm walking through that door. I'm in my 30s. And I'm thinking, it's just early 30s, so I still got it. No.
Yeah.
No.
Boy, I was just like just walking up and down there and all that grass and that pollen eating me alive and stuff like that. I was like, man, I came back and went to work. I was like, I'm exhausted. I was like, maybe I'll go out and give me an hour of DoorDash. No. Nah, yo,
I went home. I was not doing no side gigs. I said, you know what? I'm going to sit my butt down.
Yeah, I said, I just got to hustle out the week. So, we sat here and watched this. First matchup we got was Wesley in a triple threat match for the North American Championship against Tyler Bate and Joe Gacy. Of course, the story going into this matchup was, Tyler Bate and Wesley are friends. Could they coexist? But there's no friends in triple threat match and all stuff like that. The usual stuff like that. I thought it was a good pick for the opener. I enjoyed the opener from what I saw. Excuse me. I didn't mean to put right there in front of y'all ears like that. I really didn't mean to do that. I did. What is Wesley's that overhead kick finisher?
The cardiac kick.
The cardiac kick.
Not to be confused with the cardio kick, Booker.
Yeah, the cardio.
Cardiac. What's the difference? A lot.
The cardiac kick is there was a point where he did a springboard and did it on Joe Gacy and Tyler.
Yeah,
I thought that was a finish.
That
was the finish of the matchup, but no, he ends up hitting the cardiac kick on Joe Gacy towards the end of the match as Tyler Bates out the ring and picks up the victory to retain in a nice opener. But like I said, it only got about 12 minutes.
Yeah.
To open the matchup. So, I'm a fan of Wesley. I like Wesley being North American champion.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was only mad for my points, but besides that,
yeah,
it was a solid match. Good win.
Wait, who you have?
I got Schism.
So you got Joe Gacy. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. Y'all not winning nothing no time soon. Y'all not winning nothing no time soon. So we got probably fair way to drop that.
Yeah.
Next matchup we had this British round rules match for the NXT Heritage Cup. Noam Dar versus Dragon Lee. okay, first of all,
coldest entrance in the show, man.
Which one?
Dragon Lee. His entrance is cold.
His entrance is cold. And so I'm glad you know, but I actually like Noam Dar when it comes to wrestling wise. Here's the thing. As soon as I seen this, I was just like, all right, if anybody has played 2K23, in My Rise, which is the My Career mode, Noam Dar is doing the same thing. He has the same cup, and you're facing him in a British Rules matchup in the game.
Oh, wow.
And the British Rules match in the game was a 2 out of 3 falls match where you weren't allowed to leave the ring and can't go to the top rope. That was the rules of the matchup.
Yeah.
Now in this one, they got the round rules. They got they got the 5 rounds. Each round is about 2-3 minutes long. And if you get a pin, it's still 2 out of 3 falls. If you get a pinfall in those rounds, that's fine. After the round is done, you have to immediately stop, go back to your corners, 20-second rest. Kind of like a boxing thing.
Yeah. And
then go back out there into the action. If you do anything to get disqualified, then you automatically lose and forfeit that matchup when it goes to the person that you disqualified. And if it was end up being tied at the end, then that means Noam Dar will retain his Heritage Cup.
All right.
Too complicated for
That's
American wrestling.
That's a lot.
That is very. And look, for the actual sport of wrestling, there's so many different rules all around the country. But there are certain things, and you can call us, lazy or uneducated, which is probably all true. That don't translate well to American wrestling. And when I first heard British, I was like, okay, well, I thought it was going to be like the one from My Rise when Noam Dar was like, you can't leave the ring.
Right.
And you can't go on top rope. I was like, well, that just eliminates all of Dragon Lee's, high-flying offense. I thought that would have been a better storyline. This whole round shit, I didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was watching at first. I'm thinking like, okay, they're doing points. I'm like, is this 2 out of 3 falls? But then I see a clock going, and I'm like, what's with the timer? Like,
yeah, exactly.
It definitely threw me off.
So Noam Dar with the rope gets the first round. I mean, he gets the first fall, so he's up 1-0 while these rounds are going on. And it illustrates that when Dragon Lee was about to go for a hit and see him dive out the ring, the round was over. The ref tells him to stop. I was just like, oh, see, that just messes up the flow of the match,
Right.
Especially for me. Then there was a point where Noam Dar gets himself disqualified after he clearly hears the bell go off. And I was like, okay, so according to the rules that you have said, if he got disqualified, then if he got disqualified, then that means Dragon Lee automatically wins the match. But they put to the corner and kept the match going. Nathan Frazier was in the corner of Dragon Lee. What's that guy's name? Aurora.
I forgot his name. The dude with the purple locks.
Yeah, well, it was red today.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he definitely he was in the corner of Noam Dar. So they let him go on. Then Dragon Lee gets a win on a pin on Noam Dar. So now we're up 1-1. Nathan Frazier and Homeboy with the locks. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting his name. They end up brawling, and the referee sends them out. I'm just like, I didn't think the corner things was necessary. Like I said, this is not boxing. I don't think the corner things is necessary.
It wasn't.
It just doesn't work in this style of wrestling. And after they did that, they start fighting. Then it looks like Dragon Lee's about to go for the win. But then on the ropes, Homegirl comes down. What's the first one?
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.
Yeah,
that's Jakara Jackson.
Jakara Jackson comes down. And she gets ready to track the ref, and then Lash Legend comes down.
Hit him with a trash can or something,
no,
right? What was it?
It was a spit bucket.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was a spit bucket. And then Noam Dar...
he hit him with something.
Yeah, I guess that was the finish. He pins Dragon Lee and wins the matchup. Too confused. Look, Noam Dar is a great wrestler. Dragon Lee's a great wrestler. Just let him go in there and have a match.
Just let him have a regular match.
And even if you want to do it, because
or it could have just been a regular 2 out of 3
falls match. Exactly. Or since you want to do the Heritage Cup thing, just do it like they did on My Rise. Do the same match, but Dragon Lee cannot leave the ring, and he can't go to the tie rope. That will limit his offense, and I can tell a better story. Like, I eliminated what you're good at. Now how you going to beat me?
Right.
You could have did that way. I mean, it's already in the fucking game. So just do it that way. So no, I was not a fan of this matchup. Next matchup, excuse me, was the last man standing match between Ilya Dragunov and Dijak. In my personal opinion, this is the match of the night. In my personal opinion, this match was brutal.
They was trying to kill each other.
It was. It was, and the way they were building this up was that Dijak can break any man because he's the Terminator. And that's what the new look he got. But Dragunov is the man who he likes pain. You know what I'm saying? Every time you inflict pain, it knows you're still breathing type thing. He can't be broken. So the irresistible force meets the immovable object type thing. So we're gonna see how this thing turns out. And boy, I'm not sitting here saying that this was the best last man standing match ever. I'm not saying it's even in the top 10. But what I'm saying is, when it comes to brutality, like when it just comes to like just straight beating the shit out of your opponent, They brought it. They brought in this one. Dijak sends. He gives a suplex on the Dragunov on the steel steps on the outside. They broken him down. Half of us in the ring. The other half is on the outside. Mm-hmm. He takes a suplex him on that. He goes for a table. Then Ilya Dragunov goes and gives him a headbutt through a running headbutt. He headbutts himself through that table to get to Dijak on the other side. That shit was crazy. And then it shows that Dragunov's lip is bleeding.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so he got a little splinter on himself on that one. We go back in. We get, like I said, more steel stuff to fast forward a little bit. Dragunov goes for a suplex. And Dijak does the whole indie no-selling thing. Like, starts screaming like when he goes for that German suplex. And he goes...
Hulking up.
Yeah, hulking up. Tries to go like Hogan, right? Tries to go for a chokeslam on the apron from inside the ring. That's... These guys don't even let them get the check out. They kept, picking them up.
Oh, no. We're going to get up and slam again.
Dragunov goes for a slap-off. Smacking this man straight up his chest. Grabs the steel steps. Hits Dijak with the steel steps. Over in the car, throws him at him. Oh, first of all, Dijak trying to go for a chokeslam, and then he gives him a spike DDT on the steel steps. Mm-hmm. And then over in the corner, he throws steel steps at him, and then does a coast to coast. Take no shame, because you're old now. Coast to coast to Dijak, and Dijak almost loses, but he gets out. Dijak goes and gets a kendo stick. And while Dragunov's in the corner, Dijak just keeps laying it in the front. Around his chest and his forearm. He got all these whelps on his forearm.
Beating him like a slave, man.
Yes, and on his chest like, man, you just hear the man screaming. He goes for a steel chair, hits him square in the back, and then the steel steps are still in the ring. Mm-hmm. As he's going to hit him again, Dijak comes out of nowhere, and he just launches himself and gives him a headbutt, gives him that little falling forearm smash, then goes to the top of the steel steps that's in the ring, standing upright. And then Dijak gets the chair, but he gives him that forearm right to the back of the head into the chair and wins the matchup that way. So what you think of the match, Keith?
I thought it was a good match. Very brutal. Did nothing for my points because I have both of these guys.
Yeah.
But that's okay. They're really good talent. Dijak, I'm so happy he's back, man. Because boy, Retribution was a time.
Yeah, wasn't it a time?
It did not work. So welcome back, Dijak.
Yeah, I'm happy for him.
Yeah, Dragunov, you need therapy, bro. What's wrong with you, man? Like you need therapy. Yeah, this I love pain thing you got going on is making me worried for you, fella. you look like a young guy. It's making me worried for you, man. But all jokes aside, it was a good match. I give it match of the night.
I definitely give it match of the night.
Yeah.
Next up, we have for the NXT Tag Team Championships matchup, Gallus. This is Mark Coffey and Wolfgang with Joe Coffey versus the Creed Brothers. Bruh, I was rooting for the Creed Brothers. I'm a fan of the Creed Brothers. Mm-hmm. And this matchup,
cornbread fed.
I'm just telling you, was getting good, especially when Julius Creed tagged in and he was going on a belly-to-belly throw-around. Mm-hmm. But after every belly-to-belly, he would kip up afterwards. Belly-to-belly, kip up. He must have did about 7-8 of them.
Yeah.
I was really into it. We get in the second gear, and even Brodus at one point hits the Brodus bomb off the tie rope down onto Gallus. So when Gallus was looked like they were trying to cheat in the matchup, Ivy now. Who did she put?
It was Joe Coffey.
Joe Coffey said, yeah.
Yeah, because he tried to interfere.
Yeah, he tried to interfere, but she pulled his leg back, and they got Joe Coffey out there. I was like, oh my God, they actually could probably do this.
He fell quick, too. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. I said they probably actually could do this. But Ava Raine came down and tossed Ivy now to the corner. I was like, what does Ava Raine have to do with this match? I didn't even know her and Ivy now was beefing.
I was about to say, I guess they got a beef.
Yeah.
That's the
I know they was beefing with Chase University, but that Chase University thing may be over with, most likely. So I'm not necessarily sure. But she tossed Ivy now with just straight to Julius Creed, enough for guys to hit their finisher on Julius Creed, and they win the matchup. Damn it. Because I was really going for the Creed, but I was like...
Yeah, I like the Creed.
And I'm like, yo, man, if the Creed Brothers ain't going to win it again, then, man, just call them up. But right now, I think...
look, Creed Brothers versus Alpha Academy?
Ooh. That would be something.
Be good.
That would be something. Look, I can dream for a new version of the Olympians, since I can't get, my old way.
Yeah.
Tournament final for the vacant NXT Women's Championship. Tiffany Strand taking on Lyra Valkyria, excuse me, for the NXT Women's Championship matchup. These women did put out there. Lyra did a jump over on Tiffany Strand. She came down awkward on her knee. And then she put to the corner. She was good. We're going to finish the matchup. So Tiffany Strand took aim to focus on that knee all night.
Yep.
took off the knee pad, exposed the knee, and kept attacking the knee. These women had a pretty good matchup because if it wasn't the last person standing, I thought the women's match did a good job also.
Yeah, they did.
I really did. And the first time Tiffany Strand goes for the best moonsault ever, Lyra gets out the way. And she takes to try to go for a finishing move. For a minute, I was like, it's a possibility that she can win this championship. But no, she missed a couple moves, and Tiffany Strand does her, the little steamroller again, and does the best moonsault ever. And then she retains and wins the match. I mean, she won.
She won the title.
She won the NXT Championship, Women's Championship, which I thought she was going to do in the first place anyway.
Yeah.
So shout out to Tiffany Strand. So were you happy with Tiffany Strand getting the victory?
Oh yeah, of course. So what made me pick her for the draft? I've seen like a lot of like noise behind her, and I'm like, this is somebody I need to look out for. Because I remember she was saying. So what made me a fan of hers was the humility she had took, cause she said somebody asked her about moving up, and she's like, I'm not ready. I still think I need to work, get my developmental going and all that. And I'm like, oh, that's an honest answer.
Yeah.
But then I just kept seeing people just like, yo, Tiffany Strand, give her the belt, she getting the belt, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna look out for her. So that's what made me pick her. But yeah, no, I'm glad she won. It was a good match. Lyra did a good job selling that knee. Unless she was really hurt, then that's. But still, I mean, she did a good job selling. Yeah, solid match. Hopefully, she has a nice. She retains for a while.
Oh yeah. She'll hold on to it for a minute.
Yeah. Hopefully, she holds on to that for a while, because it seems like the newer women don't be holding on to this joint for. Cause like
they don't.
It's like they not hold on to that. Like Indy just got the belt.
Yeah,
like,
I'm saying.
She just got the belt. It's crazy.
Ever since WrestleMania, there's been almost 90% of questionable decisions that WWE does.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yo, man, we gotta talk about this.
Right. So, congrats to her. Good match, ladies.
Yeah. Main event matchup, we had Carmelo Hayes.
Main event MELO.
Taking on Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker comes out in like a little wolf mask. You get the little, and then you get the. I like his little shed claw hoodie. Like if you pay attention to it, and it was good. But then Melo came out. We in Boston right now, so. Was we exactly in Boston? Or was
we're in Lowell, Massachusetts.
Lowell, Massachusetts. We're in Massachusetts, yeah. So, Trick comes out and talks about how all the main sports, even though whoever was behind there was not keeping up with what he was saying, or he said it in the wrong order. I don't know, because he said talk about the World Series, talked about the NFL championships. They it said the Stanley Cup. He brought the NBA Finals first, then the Stanley Cup, but then we got our own champ with the NXT champion, and then Carmelo Hayes comes out And as he poses it, he goes for his flex move, and on each arm, on the right arm, he has an H, and the other one was an M, and he's the I in him. I was like, that's creative. That's dope.
Very creative.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. So the match is on the way. Now I was like, okay, I want to see a level of aggression that probably wasn't there in their first matchup.
Mm-hmm.
I like the first matchup. And this one, I done brought the intensity also.
Braun was trying to kill this man.
He was.
All match.
Now, even Carmelo started out fast. And then Braun slowed his momentum down with that clothesline. And then it was all Braun from there. Mm-hmm. Every time Melo tried to mount a comeback, Braun would just take it down. Even there was one point when Melo bounced off the ropes and Braun cut him in half with a spear. That was a crazy spear. Now, I believe the match got into second gear. And then it was flowing. I was like, dude, this is probably gonna be better than the first one.
And then it was over.
And then next thing I know, it just felt like, okay, Melo's going for to shoot your shot, and Braun gets out the way, and then Braun tries to go for his finishing move, but then Melo turns to like the first on the 48, and then goes back up for it again, and he hits the leg drop again. Mm-hmm. But that's it. It's just like over.
Match is over. That's why I was like, oh. I'm like, that's it?
Yeah, I was like, I said that. My apologies, y'all. I shouldn't even have that on right now. But I was sitting saying to myself, like, wait a minute. I said it was getting there. Like, Braun took the straps off and everything. Mm-hmm. But it just ended. And after that, I was like, I thought it was going to probably be a kick out of it or something like that. We was going to probably add another 5 minutes to it or something like that.
That's all we really needed was another 5 minutes.
Exactly. Just to get the crowd going and to get to that third gear, the false switches and things could almost happen, but no, we didn't get to that third gear, in my personal opinion. And Carmelo Hayes won. I don't know what's next for Braun Breaker. He lost twice to Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah.
Now he was grabbing his arm when Carmelo did the leg drop, but he looked like he was hurt a little bit. I don't know if Carmelo came down on his arm kind of wrong or was selling. I'm not necessarily sure, but I'm like, where does Braun go from here? Because now you kind of missed the draft, and now they're doing all the things. Like, do you bring him up from NXT now, or you gotta wait a year? And if you do wait a year, anything he does is going down. Yeah. Such like going for like North American Championship or tag team, it's going down compared to where you were at.
Right.
So I don't know what the plan for Braun Breaker necessarily can be.
They might bring him up.
Yeah.
They might just bring him up anyway. I mean, we still got opposite titles on the shows, so I mean, whatever. They can bring him up.
I think he probably come up to Monday Night Raw. And with the intensity, or even just give him some wins to build him up and just feed Seth, like the little small people in the back. So,
yeah.
But that was that's NXT Battleground. So, Q-Flow, what do you give it?
I give it a thumbs up.
Thumbs up,
I like the show.
I like the show. Like I said, some things didn't get out of gear. But,
it wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't bad by no means. So, guys, you can post your comments down below how you guys felt about NXT Battleground. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed. If you hit the subscribe button for more right here on NC Studios. So once again, it's NC, the place between Mr. Andy and the man, the myth, the reality, revolutionary freshman Flow.
Shout out to Lady Sketch. It's been real.
Oh, there it is, yeah. And the Nerd Coalition is out.